Hey everybody, Dave Williamson here from the Toy Car Collector. That's right, the ToyCarCollector.com is where you will find all those fabulous Redline Hot Wheels from your childhood. 1968 to 1977 is my favorite time period for Hot Wheels. And with that, let me introduce you to the original 16. This is what we call the original 16. It's the first 16 Hot Wheels cars that were made by the Mattel company. Right here we have all 16. Now, they made all 16 of these cars in the USA and in Hong Kong. They originally, I don't know, did they originally make them in the US or did they originally make them in Hong Kong? I think the rumor is that they originally made them in Hong Kong. But then again, maybe they made them in the US and decided, hey, we just can't make enough of these, so let's make them in Hong Kong too. I don't know the exact story. Now, when it comes to details, I don't always know them because I don't really care about the details. What I love is Redlines. I love their beauty. They are so classic. They represent the best of our childhood in the 60s, the very best. And one of the things that makes them the very best is the fact that they came in these beautiful packages. Beautiful, beautiful red and orange packages. These things are fantastic. The artwork is just so fantastic that I don't think Hot Wheels would be even half as popular as they are now without all the fantastic artwork. Now, there was artwork on the packages, artwork on the carry cases, artwork on the race sets, and you name it. Beautiful, beautiful artwork, and that really is what made Redline Hot Wheels a classic. So let's go over the original 16. Number 1, the Beatnik Bandit. Now I say number 1, but that's just alphabetical order talking. Beatnik Bandit coming up first alphabetically. This is a beautiful red Hong Kong Beatnik Bandit with a contrasting white interior, so it looks fantastic like this. Love the Beatnik Bandit. It's kind of smaller than the other cars. Second in alphabetical order, Custom Barracuda. That's a Plymouth Barracuda. Look at this one's aqua with a white contrasting interior. Now the hood opens on the Barracuda. As collectors, we typically don't open our hoods because you can damage your car as the hood meets the cowl there. That's just really not enough space and you get little scratches on the hood. So that's not so good. Beautiful chrome base. Sometimes they don't hold up forever, but this particular one looks beautiful. Hey, how about this Custom Camaro number 3 here in our original 16? Custom Camaro is the most popular and the most expensive of the early 16 original cars. Now, every one of these cars comes in anywhere from up to about 16 or 20 colors. Some colors are much more expensive than others. I always like to give the example of the Beatnik Bandit. The Beatnik Bandit right here is typically considered the most common car, and if you get one of the common colors, you can get one in a blister pack for about $100. But if you wanted the rarest color, which is hot pink being a color like this, you'd be looking at about $15,000 for a Beatnik Bandit in the original blister pack. But that's because only one of those exists. There's just one of those in the entire world, as far as I know, right at this moment. Look at this, number 4 alphabetically, the Custom Corvette. Custom Corvette, hoods opens towards the front. This one is olive with a brown interior. Custom Corvette, that's a neat little car. Now the US and the Hong Kong cars are all styled differently, so they look similar, but they are not exactly the same. They have lots of differences between the Hong Kong and US cars. US cars typically are more expensive than Hong Kong cars because the colors are brighter, prettier, and harder to find. Some of the metal on the Hong Kong cars, you'll notice toning, dark splotches and spots and roughness in the paint, all kinds of different issues with the Hong Kong paint jobs. Look at this one now. This particular Hong Kong car is not too splotchy, or at least the color is dark enough to cover. Beautiful aqua with a white contrasting interior. The Hong Kong cars typically have the black separated steering wheel. It's a second piece that's added into the interior, whereas the US cars, the interior and steering wheel are all one piece folded over. Here's the Custom Pontiac Firebird. Sadly, the Pontiac Firebird is no longer with us. But I always loved the Pontiac Firebirds. These are neat cars. This is probably modeled after about a 67 Firebird. It's a very, very popular car in certain colors. Here's the custom fleet side. Harry Bradley, who designed this, actually had a car that looked like this, and he wanted to immortalize his custom fleet side, so he designed this with the pipes on it and the black tonneau cover, and it's quite a famous car. Here's the custom Mustang, next one up. Has an opening hood. Everybody loves the Mustang. Mustangs are quite expensive to get in mint condition. This particular one, of course, is not in mint condition. It's an average used condition, but it's got good color. Antifreeze, we call this color, or lime. It's very pretty, depending on how nice it is. This one doesn't have a lot of dark spotting, just a little bit, so it does show up very nicely. Now, a custom Mustang in a blister pack can set you back anywhere from $500 and up. Next car up, the Custom T-Bird. Custom T-Bird copper. This one is copper, kind of a light copper with some darkening under the paint, so it's not as rich a copper color as most. It's a little kind of like a variation. Still has a bit of a shiny base on it and decent wheels. This is a Hong Kong car with a white contrasting interior and the black steering wheel. Now this original 16 I put together for one of my customers who's going to display it in a museum. Here's the custom Volkswagen, an Aqua, US made. As you can see, if you look down in there, the steering wheel is part of the interior. It has a long steering wheel, which I believe is sort of a harder model to get, the long steering wheel. I've heard that said now and then. Like I say, I don't really pay attention to those kind of details. I just enjoy the beauty of the cars and the condition. I really like cars that are super nice. And super nice is blister pack. You know what I'm talking about. Alright, here's a custom Deora. It's not a custom Deora, it is the Deora. It's just Deora. This one has the original surfboards. It's a US made, so it has the short surfboards. Hong Kong has the longer surfboards, as well as the custom Volkswagen Beach Bomb from 1969. There we go, say custom again. Anyway, this one is purple, which is super popular with a white interior. Very, very hard to find this color combination, let me tell you, because I wanted a mint one. This was the one that I had before I had the mint one, and it is hard to get this color combination. Very, very nice. This is the first car that I had in 1968. Here's, and I don't mean a car to drive, I mean the first Hot Wheels I had. Not this particular one, but one just like it. So here is the next one, the Ford J car from the racing series. Indy Team, what do they call this? They call this the Grand Prix series. There it is. This is the blister pack that a lot of the Grand Prix cars come in. However, the 68 Ford J car will come in this package, and it also comes in the regular orange and yellow package. This one is gold with the original sticker still stuck to it, so that's real nice. Got a little bit of darkening on here, but not too bad. Hard to find a nice Ford J car these days. Next one up, the Hot Heap. Hot Heap. They made a ton of Hot Heaps, so this Hot Heaps are pretty easy to get. They just made so many of these. They pretty much, on some of these cars, they just made them for a year and a half, 2 years, but some of them they made for 3-4 years, and I think the Hot Heap was one of those. Here's the shiny base. Look at that. Don't you wish they all shined like that? This one is quite bright for Hong Kong. As you can see, it has a little paint spotting there where paint pops off. That's typical of the Hong Kong models. They just weren't made as well as the US models. Next one up, second to last, Python. Python. This one originally was going to be called the Cheetah, but the Cheetah was a registered trademark, so they had to change the name, and they changed it to Python. This one is green with white interior. Lovely condition. This one's very, very nice. Look at those like new wheels. All original, folks. Everything I have is original, except for some of my $20 cars, which the tires are so bad that sometimes we put new tires on them, and then we sell those out for $20. Those are about as cheap as you can get a Hot Wheels. Hot Wheels, on the other hand, range into the thousands of dollars. They are so expensive. And last but not least, the Silhouette. This one is in an ice blue. Very, very hard to get this color. Ice blue. And look at that. Hardly any spots on that. A little darker on the bottom because they painted these two pieces separately. And this one is ice blue with light wear on it. Very, very nice condition. So that is all the original 16. Now, when you had these original 16 cars, you would need a carry case to put them in. So right in the back here, we've got the original Hot Wheels Rally case. Hot Wheels Rally case. That is one of the reasons why Hot Wheels are still available in such good quantity, because a lot of times people left them in the package. They got some of the blister packs at the Shell gas station as well. But then everyone had a carry case to put their cars in. So with the carry case, there was no reason for you not to save your cars. Look at that inside there. You just take your red lines and just set them right in there like that. Let's see if we can do that for you right here on video. Let's put the red lines in the carry case. Look at that. Just like back in the day. Just like being 10 years old again and putting our red lines right in our carry case. So we keep going that way, or we turn it over this way? Let's just keep putting these in there. This is a 12 car case. Of course, one of the reasons that a lot of the early red lines are beat up is because people stuck to these slots were so large that they just went ahead and stuck 2 cars in each one. And then right there in the center, you can put your buttons, which came with each car. I'll show you what that looks like. Here's the collector's pin. Once you fold over the tab, you just slide that right into the center there, and that's real nice. Here's a plastic one. Oh, look at this, Olds 442. No, that didn't come with that. We'll throw that back. Look at that, see? And then people would have just gone ahead and put the cars right on top of each other. Ooh, doesn't that terrible? Oh no. Well, unfortunately, that's the way that all worked out back in the day. Back in 1968, when the original 16 came out. Look at these beauties. And then you could just close that up and snap the top and take that to your friend's house, get out your orange track and have a great time with your friends playing with your Hot Wheels and ripping open packages like that. Oh, I gotta get those cars out. Well, I'm not gonna rip that one open. Yeah, that is neat. And then in 1969, just because I have it sitting here, they came out with the 12 car case here. I believe it's 69, sure, a little later. And then you could put your cars inside here and divide up the little spaces however you wanted. Look at that, isn't that neat? Look at that, that's one of my favorite cases right there. Let's just throw that in there just for fun to look at. That was super, super cool. So that is the original 16 in a rally case. I didn't put all the cars in there. Whoa, you know, because I don't want to beat them all up like that. That's so sad when you max them up like that. Let's take a look at the picture on the inside of the Super Rally case. Can we do that? Let's take a look at this picture. Inside the Super Rally case is this fantastic picture. Have you seen it before? It's got a picture of most of the cars. Now, some of my customers in the past have tried to match up the cars in the case to the colors of the cars on there. That's a tall order right there. But that is something that people can do. There are so many ways to collect Hot Wheels and so many cool things to do with Hot Wheels. And look at the back of that. There's the back, the 12 car rally case. What a fantastic deal. All right, folks, thanks for joining me for this tour of the original 16 Hot Wheels. Now, don't forget, ToyCarCollector.com. I want you to come over and take a look at all the cars I have for sale and maybe buy something. Call me up, give me a text, or email, and we'll talk about Redline Hot Wheels. If you have any pictures of you playing with Hot Wheels when you were a kid, I'd sure like to see them, because those people just get a huge kick out of seeing pictures of kids back in the day, 1968, playing with their original Hot Wheels around the Christmas tree, around the birthday cake, and things like that. So you have a great day, and I hope you enjoyed my video. Please remember to subscribe. That helps me build the channel and encourages me to make more videos, and there are so many more videos to be made. Thanks a lot now. You have a great day, and we will see you later.